3 games into the Western Conference Finals. And the picture is becoming very clear. OKC is not just dominating this series, they are exposing the fundamental flaw in how the Spurs were built, and here is the most damning part. Game 3. Fox was back. Harper was back. Jalen Williams was ruled out for OKC. Spurs had every reason to win at home, in front of their crowd. With their full backcourt healthy, they still lost by 15. Let that sink in for a second, because that result tells you everything you need to know about this series. OKC is not just the better team right now, they are a different level of organization, and Game 3 proved it in the most brutal way possible. Spurs came out swinging, they led 17-2 to start the game. Their crowd was electric, Wemby was attacking, Fox and Harper were back on the floor, everything was set up perfectly for a statement win, and then OKC did what great teams do. They didn't panic, didn't call desperate timeouts, didn't make wild adjustments. They just kept playing, kept trusting each other, kept executing their system. By halftime, a 15-point Spurs lead had become a 7-point OKC lead. A 22-point swing in less than 2 quarters, on the road, against a desperate team with a home crowd behind them. That is not just talent, that is mental fortitude built over 3 years of playoff basketball together. Here is the single most important number from Game 3. OKC's bench scored 76 points. San Antonio's bench scored 23. 76-23, Jared McCain, 24 points off the bench. A postseason career high, a midseason acquisition who came to OKC and immediately bought into the system. He was everywhere in Game 3, attacking the basket, making tough shots, completely changing the game. Jalen Williams, 18 points in just 22 minutes, plus 25 on the night. His 4-point play in the fourth quarter effectively ended the contest. Alex Caruso, 15 points, plus 28, the veteran, the enforcer, the player who sets the tone for everything OKC does on both ends of the floor. Cason Wallace, 11 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 steals, a complete playoff performance from a player who doesn't even start, 4 bench players, all of them delivering in the conference finals. Now look at San Antonio's bench, 23 points total from everyone not starting. This is the canyon between these two teams, and it has nothing to do with Wemby, because Wemby is doing everything right. 26 points in Game 3, carrying his team on his back every single night, playing at a level that almost no 22-year-old has ever reached in a conference finals. But here's the painful truth. One generational talent cannot overcome a 53-point bench disadvantage. Nobody can, not even an alien. The problem in this series was never just the injuries. The problem is depth, real, sustainable, tested depth. The kind that OKC has built layer by layer over 3 years. The kind that means losing your second best player for most of the playoffs barely registers on the radar. San Antonio built around Wemby and hoped the pieces around him would develop fast enough, and some of them have. Castle has moments of brilliance. Harper looked sensational in Game 1. Vassell is a legitimate contributor, but moments of brilliance are not the same as systematic depth. And right now, the gap between what OKC can throw at you off the bench and what San Antonio can match it with is the story of this entire series. OKC has been battle tested for 3 years. They won a championship, they lost players all season and kept winning. That is not luck, that is culture. The Spurs have Wemby, and then a cliff. And until San Antonio figures out what happens in the minutes Wemby is not on the floor, OKC wins this series, and it won't be close.